Hello there. Right, today we're going to be comparing the DJI Phantom 4 Pro version 1 against the DJI Phantom 4 Pro version 2. There's slight differences. I'll just touch lightly on the two differences there is. Take a seat. Right, let's get these out of these cases. Both drones cover up to 4K 60 frames. You got 1080 up to 120 frames. Way ahead of the time when they was released these. Even the Mavic 2 only does 4K 30. And they were released a good 2 years after these. The only difference between these two is the version 1 uses Lightbridge technology and the version 2 uses OcuSync 2. Basically a better transmission to the receiver. Both of these do 2.4 GHz and 5.8 GHz, and you can switch that through the app. Basically, if you're in urban areas, populated areas, you can just switch that. I like to switch to 5.8, and then you don't get as much interference. If you wonder why there's some white tape here, it's just my operator ID, which I'm keeping private. It's basically like my drone's number plate. It links it to me. So I'm covering that up for obvious reasons. So yeah, basically they've both got the 360 vision sensors, front and rear, and these are activated in tripod mode. Like dinosaurs, these things now. Both the RCs. Again, the only difference is on the version 1 you've got Lightbridge technology. On the version 2, OcuSync 2. We're now on OcuSync 3, which is in the Mavic 3 lineup. I'll do another video another day about that one. Right, we'll set the version 1 up first. Again, these props are very different to the Mavic 2s and the Mavic 3s. If you noticed, I did a little check there. That's just the compulsive nature. The plastic, these. What these props attach to. A plastic, little plastic grommets here. So you just push down and lock in place. Yeah. These batteries are slightly different to the Mavic 2 on the other videos you saw. These retail at £170 each. Always make sure that's in properly. That's right. Now I've just got the version 1 RC. Interesting this because this is what the newest drones don't have. This switch here, I can switch to what's called ATI mode. Basically, that's me in full control manually. It won't be locked on satellites, it takes it off satellites. That's basically if for some reason you get some bad interference, it interferes with drones, they can take off basically. Switch that to ATI, I'm bringing it back full control. Also a switch for sports mode, and then back in P mode, positioning mode. Always keep it in P, that locks on your satellites. Always make sure your antennae are in this position, not this position, this position. So you've got full range, full lock onto the drone. So that's the version 1 setup. I'm just going to get this up now and then we'll move on to the version 2. As you can see, it's quite a nice day today, pretty calm, hardly any wind. So to power this remote on, it's just one short press, one long press. You do the same with the drone, always the remote first. So there we go, it's found the version 1. We'll go to fly. So to fly this, it's just the same as the rest of the DJI products. Sticks down to the center. Left stick up. Right stick forward. I'll just show you how the Phantom start up. You'll see the camera move up. It's all syncing and setting itself up now. So that's the DJI Phantom 4 version 2, which is found on the Go Fly app, on the Go 4 Fly app. So the version 2 is on the floor now, ready to go. It's got the iPad here again. Again, to activate it, same with all the DJI products. Sticks down to the middle. Let's get this one up. A good 18 minutes each battery, bring them back, as I covered the storage capacities last time. then they'll sit happily there for 3 to 4 weeks, bringing them back at 35 to 45%. So they're both just nicely hovering there. It's at a very safe location, this. Interestingly, DJI, since launching these Phantoms, starting at the Phantom 1, the Phantom 2, the Phantom 3 to the Phantom 4, they never made 5, 6s, etc. They just switched over to Mavics and foldable drones, as for obvious reasons. They're going to sell a lot better to the public. Just fold away, put in the bag. These, you're going to be carrying the big case around with you, which I've done in the past. In my early days, you're carrying this with you. Doesn't fit in a backpack. Quite obvious what you're going to do when people see you. You know, it's actually saying what it is on there. Very good, but not for portability. And like I say, in the early days, I was carrying those into fields and all sorts. So yeah, they've got no zoom on these, just fixed lens, 4K 60, 1-inch sensors on both, really good in low light. I mainly use these Phantoms, the Phantom version 1 and 2, just on your big commercial units for inspections and drone surveys. They're rock solid, they can stand a lot of wind, good battery life, a good rugged drone. But main reason for doing these videos, it's like a date stamp, because soon they've got to go. I can't keep carrying these dinosaurs on, although I do look after them very well. What I do basically, I use the batteries around 70 to 80 times, then I'll sell those and buy a brand new fleet of batteries and keep cycling through those, just to keep the longevity of batteries, because again, I'm in this for the long run. I'm not just someone who's got it for an hobby. I'm going to neglect the battery cells basically. As these drones are my work tools, if you like, I've really got to make sure those batteries just keep right. Now time's up on the first one. Just going to be bringing that back at 40%. There we go. So I'm ready to change this battery now. Again, all DJI products are the same. One short press, one long press. That deactivates the battery. Put the new one in. One short press, one long press. That's now finding the transmitter and activating. It's time to bring the version 2 back in, one to the right. I'll bring it close to the camera so you can see it in flight. There we go. Just spin it round for you. Very stable drones. I'll land that one down. Spin it the other way now. The funny thing with these DJI products, they make them fly so far when you're only legally allowed to fly it 500 meters horizontal and 120 meters vertically, 400 feet. So it's a real strange one, and each year, especially this OcuSync 3, it's like 15 kilometers range. I mean, that's, what's that, 10 mile? These ones do 7 kilometers, which is like 4 mile, and it's just, you're never going to ever do that. People on YouTube are doing it all the time, long range tests, and it's just majority of the time they're not coming back. You've got to think, you're flying these like that, especially over water, make sure you fly into the wind. That's the biggest tip I can ever give you. So as you're bringing it back, it's no problem, no issues. Again, I know guys who flew it against the wind coming back, flew it out to sea, no problem. Now try and get back when that wind's gusting straight at you. That battery's dropping very fast. Oh, YouTube's pretty funny for this. And then we're going to wrap it up for the day. So just a short video covering the basics of the version 1 and the version 2. So there we have it. Both drones grounded now, all batteries cycled, ready to store for another 4 weeks, between 3 and 4 weeks if I do not use them. This time of year work can decline slightly, for obvious reasons, the winter months. Not everybody's got calling for drones. So yeah, that wraps it up now. So again, if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.